The party.
I think Earth has room for all of these people on it. I have never agreed that it's overpopulated. Never. That's brainwashing.
I don't think you can overpopulate the world with just the world's product.
But the hive mind degenerates humanity.
It does. Light it.
So,
Do it.
the fractal wants me to take blame. So, in my opinion, this symbolizes the hive. And it symbolizes psychogenic disease. And I will now light the candle.
My alarm went off, sorry.
Platonic solids. The basis for the organization of physical matter in the mineral realm are the 5 platonic solids. These are related to the 5 levels of energy as envisioned by the ancient Greeks. These are 1. Tetrahedron relates to fire. 2. Cube or hexahedron relates to earth. 3. Octahedron relates low air. 4. Dodecahedron relates to spirit or etheric. 5. Icosahedron relates to water. These 3-dimensional figures are the basis of crystals and minerals. These are the only 5 regular polyhedra, as can be proven in geometry, and are made from equilateral and equiangular polygons. The geometric concept of duals relates the polyhedra, whereby the dual of one is created by connecting the midpoints of the faces of the other. The tetrahedron, the most simple of 3-dimensional polyhedra, is a dual to itself. The cube and octahedron are duals of each other, as are the icosahedron and dodecahedron. The only platonic solid we have thus far examined, from a shape-power perspective in preceding chapters, is the tetrahedron. The tetrahedron focuses etheric force at the 4 vertices and at the geometrical center as shown in figure 5.2.4-1. By extension, we would expect that the other 4 platonic solids would also focus etheric force at their centers, with progressively less and less etheric force focused at the vertices as one progresses from the cube through the icosahedron. This is because we are getting closer and closer to the sphere, which could be thought of as an infinite-sided regular solid. Figure 5.2.4-1. Etheric concentration within a tetrahedron. 5.3. The mathematics of sacred geometry. 5.3.1 pi.
The dots.
Pi n, the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter, is a transcendental or irrational number. This means that it is a number which cannot be defined as the ratio of 2 whole numbers, and the resultant division is a non-terminating number.
Black hole.
Pi is approximately equal to 3.14159.
Swift. What?
Pi is built into the geometry of the Great Pyramid in Egypt with amazing accuracy, and proves the builders were technologically advanced enough to signal later civilizations that advanced technologists were on the Earth long ago.
Hey.
Auras, which I could both see and feel. Their auras radiated great power, strength, and control. The beings were masters or adepts of etheric energy who had first totally mastered themselves. The master in charge showed me an energy movement to build up my own energy field like theirs.
And what's this?
I have had 3 more of these experiences since the first one in 1995, so there are a total of 4 movements, each designed for a specific purpose, but all under the general category of personal control and use of various aspects of universal energy.
Black hole.
During the first experience, the headman of the team imparted to me that there was an intense energy field close to the ground. I could feel this energy above the surface of the ground during the experience, and have since proved that I can also sense its level while awake. This energy field is green, 6 to 18 inches high, and flows in waves from south to north. The waves have tremendous amounts of energy. General directions.
Looks like a big musical.
In doing the movements, the masters stood, facing north, with palms together over chest in a prayerful pose. They were all in total control of themselves in mind, body, and spirit, and every bit the word master 141 implies, i.e., one who has mastered oneself in all aspects. When doing the movements, you should get sentimentally, emotionally, and spiritually before proceeding with the movement. Each movement ends in the same position as starting, that is, in the prayerful pose facing north. Since the movements are designed to tap into natural energy fields for personal use, the movements are best done outdoors standing on the ground so as to be immersed as much as possible in the green energy. During cool weather, you can do the movements in the house standing on the ground floor. The effects of the movements are greatly diminished when not standing on the ground or the ground floor. Except for the sweeps movement, experiments have shown the maximum effects are when facing north. In the following, the term standard pose means standing with feet pointed slightly out at shoulder width, facing north, with hands at chest height, held together in a prayerful pose, and sentimentally and spiritually. These movements affect many levels of energy within the person, from the spiritual through the etheric, mental, emotional, and physical. Cutter movement. Begin with the standard pose. Then move the hands slightly apart, keeping the palms facing. Start rotating the hands in a circular motion, all the time keeping them parallel and held as close to each other as possible without touching. With hands continuing rotating, squat down and bring arms down in front of your body to the ground level between your feet, and then stand back up, all the while doing the cutter motion, bringing the hands up over the top of the head. Be sure as you squat and then stand back up, to keep the rotating cutting motion going. As you do this movement, visualize the energy being drawn into the four lower bodies and cleaning them out, especially the physical body's energy centers, i.e., the chakras and acupuncture points. It has been found that the closer together you can keep the hands without them touching and close to the body during the cutter movement, the more intense its effects. The main effect of the movement is that it cleans up the four lower bodies, i.e., the physical, mental, emotional, and etheric, of any negative energies. Experiments have shown the maximum effect of this movement is when facing north. We have named this movement cutter, after the motion of cutting up the negative energies in and around the four lower bodies.